Are cheap microphones worth the effort and money? This is probably the most common question I hear when I see a microphone review. Well, this is not the topic of this video, sorry. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a kinda intermediate user with a fair bit of experience using microphones for podcasting and streaming. I've had the chance to try out mics that are pretty cool, other mics that are not so cool. I tried the Rode Pod mic, I tried the MV7 from Shure and the SM7B, of course. Let's talk about the Fifine K688 that it's sitting at a very interesting price point, around £70. I don't know in dollars, but probably $80. And today's question is this: could this microphone be enough for a YouTube professional use? Let's talk about it. Hey, it's me, Luca, and honest here, the K688 immediately caught my eye with its dual USB and XLR connectivity, a feature I find particularly useful, as I said in my last video about the Pod Mic USB. On the one hand, you can easily use this by plugging it into a PC or a Mac, and on the other, you can go for the XLR setup if you have an interface and maybe you want to push the sound a bit further, just the quality a little bit better, which is nice. Well, on paper, this seems like a really good deal, especially for a microphone at this price point. And let's talk about the look, guys. I mean, this is legit. It's modern, it's minimal, and white. I like white, as you can tell by like the setup here. We have two knobs to set the gain and monitoring via USB. We have the USB in, XLR in, headphone out, and touch mute button, which is cool. And also, guys, you can get this in pink if you feel sexy. Box is nice as well. You have the USB cable, which goes from USB-C to USB-A, and you have included an adapter if you need the USB-C out on a PC or a Mac that doesn't have like USB-A ports. The USB connection is simple and straightforward, plug and play, no issue, nice. The XLR connection works well, and this allows me to directly compare this to the Rode Pod mic USB. I'll do it later, so if you're bored, you can skip ahead and go to the comparison section if you want. Please don't, but if you want, that's there. One cool thing is that you have the possibility to have this both connected at the same time to USB and XLR, so you can record, let's say, the audio to an interface while you are connecting the microphone to the PC and stream, let's say, on Twitch or YouTube through OBS, Ecamm, or wherever software you want. This actually is a nice feature that the old MV7 from Shure, which cost like double the price of this, didn't have, so good stuff. The built-in pop filter does a good job. I wasn't expecting this, honestly. When I compare this to the SM7B pop filter, this is quite similar. I'll test this right now, actually. And they have also the same diameter, so if I take this out and put this in, this is the SM7B pop filter, and you can tell pasta pizza pronto, pasta pizza pronto, pasta pizza pronto, pizza pasta pronto. Not bad, actually. This pop filter from Shure, if you get this on Amazon, it's like $40, $30, something like that, and basically it's half the price of this entire bundle. And the quality of this pop filter is worth the price, actually, of the microphone. Seems pretty stupid, but it's pretty nice. Another thing that surprises me is the lack of handling noise. The Fifine performs pretty well if I move it. You don't see a lot of sounds, actually. I mean, for a microphone that is like built like, yeah, in metal, but is like a pretty thin metal, not like the Shure SM7B metal. This is a nice, well-managed handling noise rejection. But now, here come the downsides. First of all, I immediately noticed the lack of a dedicated app for controlling the microphone. If you're following me, I love some dedicated app when you are using a mic that is connected via USB. is just something that more companies have to make. And here I don't really get why a lot of companies are constantly launching new microphones after new microphones instead of building like an actual like powerful app to add effects, maybe some control like audio sources. This complicates things a bit for me, and since I'm accustomed to the control offered by other companies like Elgato, for example, with Wavelink, or Rode with Rode Central. If you want to add some effects, like cool effects, to a pod mic USB, it works well. Then there's the headphone out, the headphone output. Even with the volume turned up to 100 all the way up, the signal is too weak. I'm speaking about monitoring, mainly when you're monitoring your voice and using the mic via USB, of course. This makes real-time monitoring like impossible. Like it's very, very low. It's not what I want, actually. And yeah, you can add gain to the other knob, but it doesn't really make any sense. And then, yeah, there is like another then. Out of the USB realm, we have the biggest problem of them all, sound quality, actually. The question was, just to remember, could this microphone be enough for a YouTube professional use? The Fifine K688 clearly tries to emulate the dark tone of the SM7B, but the results are quite muddy, actually. It lacks clarity. It doesn't have like the definition I expect from a microphone in a semi-pro environment. It's a very bassy microphone, and this becomes especially noticeable when I compare it directly to the pod mic USB. I'll do it now, but just to give you a fair example of what the microphone sounds like, I'll take out some effects actually from the mixer I'm using, which is the Rodecaster Duo. So now I have like some custom presets I've added. So I did some EQ to have a better voice. But if I take this down, like now I have no effects applied. This is like the natural sound in a quite treated room, so just to give you an example. But let's talk about some comparisons with the USB Rode pod mic and the SM7B, both plugged into the Rodecaster Duo with no effects applied. I'll probably normalize everything just to give you like a fair like level, let's say. Let's roll it. Now you're listening to the Fifine K688. 47 dB, no effects applied. Now I'm switching to the pod mic USB, gain set to 50 dB, no effects applied. Let me know, how does this compare to the Fifine K688? I can really tell by the headphones that the sound is different. This is a more flat sounding microphone. This one is more bassy, more like yeah, it tries to emulate the SM7B. Back to the Fifine microphone, just to give you a sound comparison with the Shure SM7B. SM7B now, 56 dB on my Rodecaster Duo. You can tell the difference. Let me know. This is like the proper microphone technique, like the distance is fine, the angle is fine. So no cheating here. Just let me know in the comments which one do you like the most. Maybe the Rode pod mic, or maybe even the Fifine, actually. Like the colors is cool again, like the white look. So, it doesn't really answer the question I had, but for a not very experienced ear, it can sound like the SM7B if you put some filters on it and you know what you're doing. And guys, hear me out. This is straightforward for me. If you want to spend, if you have the budget, let's say you have a $50 budget for a microphone, spend the extra 20 and get this. You won't regret it. Honestly, if you have like an higher budget, let's say $80, $100, don't bother checking this out, as there are honestly better options out there, like the pod mic USB from Rode, for example, that I've reviewed in this video. And if you have enjoyed this video, you can improve my Italian accent in these videos I'm uploading on YouTube by clicking the like button down here. And I wanted to thank you in this very Italian accent again, Fifine, for sending this microphone to me. And I have a channel with 200 subs, maybe more, after this video. Well, have a good day. Thanks for being here with me.